Chase Volpert. Volpert's a senior. He does their kicking. He also kicks the points after touchdown. Back deep, just in front, the 1-yard line is Cody Highbredder. And here's the boot by Chatham from the 40-yard line, and he gets away to the Highbredder, and it's going to go into the end zone. And the Railsplitters will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line to get things underway here from Chatham-Glenwood High School.
Yeah, it was a nice kick. He put it all the way to the goal line, hit the ground, and went into the end zone for automatic touchback. So as you said, the Railers start the game from their own 20.
Austin Cruz doing the quarterbacking for the Railers, and the last 2 games he had some good outings for the Railsplitters. Let's hope he can continue that tonight because he's going to go up against a tough defensive Chatham-Glenwood team. Chatham-Glenwood returning 14 to 15 starters from last year. Up there at center is Daniel Bacon, and he'll snap it to Austin Cruz. At the wings, as we mentioned, are Connor Schmidt and Cody Highbredder, and at the fullback is Anthony Cannon. The officials still getting things straightened out. Wes White, the wideout, comes in, has one last word with Austin Cruz, and then he goes back out to his assigned position out along the far sideline. Cruz comes up under center, man in motion, and this time it looks like they handed it off to Anthony Cannon up the middle, and we'll have to see where they spotted the football.
Yeah, I think it's blown dead before the snap actually, Bob, from the side judge, and I don't know if he saw. I think it's going to be a 5-yard walk-off against the Railers for. No, it's offsides on the Titans, so a break for the Railers here to start the game.
Well, we saw movement out there. We weren't sure which team pulled offsides first, but as Coach said, it was Chatham-Glenwood, and that'll move the football to the 25-yard line. Now it'll be 1st and 5 for the Railsplitters. Railers line up. Dane Eimer here close to the out-of-bounds line, the wide receiver there. He's covered by Krieg Roberts. Long count. Cruz has got it. Hands it off to Connor Schmidt. He does a good job getting around his blocking, and he's just short of a first down. Connor Schmidt down to the 29-yard line, and he got some good blocking coming around that left side, Coach.
Yeah, I didn't catch a number of big linemen leading him around there, and he, as you said, picked up good yardage, short of the first down by a yard, but it's 2nd and 1, and a lot of options for the Railers. Lincoln doesn't throw the ball a lot, Bob. They've only thrown between 7 and 8 passes a game for the first 3 games of the season, so look for them to keep it on the ground most of the night.
I think that was Caleb Awe that was leading the blocking on that left side. We'll have to double-check that. It's 2nd and 1 for the Railers. Man in motion again is Schmidt. This time they give it to Anthony Cannon, and Cannon fights his way for a first down. Anthony Cannon kept those legs churning and bucking him up against the blocking by the Railsplitter offensive line, and he moves the chains down to the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup there by the big fullback, Anthony Cannon.
And nice, just a power run right up the middle. And as you said, he kind of got stopped at the line of scrimmage, kept the legs driving right through the middle, and then pushed a couple defenders back before he went down for the 3-yard pickup and the first down.
That burns off the first minute of tonight's contest here from Chatham-Glenwood High School, and Austin Cruz brings the Railers up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Schmidt in motion. They give it to Cannon again, and he has a hard time just fighting his way back to the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard there as Cannon, number 33, got the call.
Yeah, no place to run there. He tried to go off the right tackle, and the defense was right there and stuffed the hole, and he had no place to go and actually probably lost about a yard on the play.
He was tackled by one of their top defensive men, defensive end Lawton Keitzman. They told us to watch out for him. He's 6'6", 218, and a senior at defensive end, and he was able to stop Cannon at around the 32-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down for the Railsplitters. Cruz comes up under center. Man in motion is Highbredder. They pitch it to him. Highbredder looks to make the turn, and he's taken down for a loss at the 30-yard line. And that was number 12, Matt Meyer, and he's one of their top tacklers. He's a linebacker, senior, 6'1", 170, and he was able to get around the Lincoln blocking and take him down at the 30, so it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Railsplitters.
Connor Schmidt was trying to lead a block out there, and the defender is number 12. That was Meyer, as you said, Bob, and he just fought the block all the way down the line, did a great job defensively, and shed the block and made the tackle for the loss.
So the ball now spotted on the near side hash mark. Big 3rd and 12 for the Railsplitters here. 9:40 on the game clock here, first quarter. Cruz is back to pass. He's got time, sideline, Eimer, and he went up for the ball. It was in his hands. He was hit, but no call, and so it's going to be 4th down for the Railsplitters.
And there was a lot of pressure on Cruz that time, Bob. There's a defender coming in from the left side untouched, and he had to get rid of it in a hurry. It was right there, just a little high, and Eimer wasn't able to pull it in. The defender was right there to stop him had he caught it.
So back now for Chatham-Glenwood, number 7 is Nathan Hack, and number 22 is Connor Flash. And it'll be Grant Cooper on the kick for the Railsplitters. It'll be Ethan Kunkel on the long snap to Grant Cooper, and he's got it. He boots it away along the sideline, down, bounces across the 50-yard line, and Dane Eimer will down it right there at the Chatham-Glenwood 49-yard line. So that was a punt from the 30 down to the 40. They're going to call it the 50-yard line.
Yeah, not a lot of distance on it. Got about 20 yards gained on the field from it, but got it away, and there was no return. That was a key there, so they're going to take over right at midfield.
So the first time the Titans have the football tonight. They're in the red jerseys with the red helmets, the white pants, and the white numerals. Ball spotted on the near side hash mark, and their quarterback is McAdams, Miles McAdams, his 3rd year as the quarterback for the Titans, and he drops back a pass, a long one along the sideline. That's Cannon on the coverage and out of bounds. Nice coverage there for Lincoln by Sean Cannon. Sean Cannon, only a sophomore, and he did a good job staying with the intended receiver for Chatham-Glenwood, and that was Rocky Morse. He's their return man and a good receiver, and Cannon did an excellent job on him.
Well, he started to get behind Cannon, but Cannon used the sideline to his advantage there and kind of ran him to the outside. They went for the big bomb on first down there, Bob, and came up just overthrown.
Sean Cannon wears the number 2. He's a sophomore, 5'6", 120, and a speedster. Good defensive player for the Railsplitters. McAdams up under center, 2nd and 10. Hands off to his fullback along the sideline, and he's wrestled there by Austin Cruz, was the first man there to take him down. That was Nathan Hack, senior, 6'1", 193 on the run, and Cruz on the tackle for the Railsplitters. Football down to the Lincoln 44-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 4 for Chatham-Glenwood.
The Railers have just a little bit of size advantage in that line, Bob, but not a whole lot, so it's going to be interesting to see who wins that battle on the line of scrimmage tonight.
Lincoln goes with that 3-man front line. They go at 305, 230, and 300 pounds as McAdams gets ready to come up under center on a 3rd and 4 for Glenwood. Railsplitters wanted a blitz, and they pull them offside. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Railsplitters. They tried to time the count, but they pulled them offside.
And that'll give Glenwood their first down of the evening.
That'll take the ball down to the Lincoln 39-yard line, and as Coach said, it'll be 1st and 10 with 8:37 remaining in the first quarter. No score yet here from Chatham-Glenwood. I want to thank all our fine sponsors for bringing us Lincoln High School football, as they always do. And now McAdams has a halfback on each side of him as he's going to come out of the shotgun. He's got the snap, looks, fires across the middle. He's got his man for a first down. Tackle made by Connor Schmidt. We'll try and pick up who that receiver was for Chatham-Glenwood, but Connor Schmidt was the guy that made the tackle, and that was number 10, and that was Rocky Morse on the reception and the first down for Chatham-Glenwood.
About a 13-yard pickup, just a quick pass, and as you said, McAdams is in his 3rd year as a starting quarterback, and he threw a bullet out there, and his receiver was ready for it, made a nice catch, and Lincoln was there to stop him after the catch, but not before a 13-yard pickup and a first down.
Down to the Lincoln High School 26-yard line. 1st and 10. Rocky Morse split out wide to the right. They've got a man in each slot as McAdams gets ready for the snap on the 1st and 10. This time he rolls to his right, looks, now he's going to come across the field on the left side, and it is caught, but it looks like it's out of the end zone. It was. The football was caught down in front of some end zone bleachers there, but he was out of the end of the end zone.
Yeah, just threw it just a little long, but I watched the pass. He threw it from about the 35-yard line or so, and it was a nice spiral, just a tight spiral all the way to the end of the end zone, just out of the reach of the receiver. So they went incomplete. Fortunate for the Railers.
Miles McAdams, as we said, in his 3rd year as the quarterback. He's a senior. He's 6'2", 190-pounder. He also does the punting for Chatham-Glenwood. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Titans at Chatham-Glenwood. McAdams will come out of the shotgun again. He looks along the sidelines to his receivers, and now he's ready to go. He's got 2 wideouts and 2 men in the slot. Almost pulls Lincoln off again. Now McAdams wants to throw it in the slot. Lincoln coverage, good. And ball is overthrown. Out there on the coverage for Lincoln was number 80, Wes White. And so now it'll be a 3rd and 10 situation for Chatham-Glenwood.
In Glenwood, you know, we've seen multiple formations from them, Bob. They spread it all over the field. They like to throw the ball from sideline to sideline. McAdams already thrown 5 touchdown passes this year, and he has completed, going into tonight's game, 22 out of 42 passes for almost 400 yards.
Now checking in for Chatham-Glenwood is number 4. That's Brian Hobby. He's one of the tight ends out of Coach Rourke's bag of tricks here for Chatham-Glenwood. And this time, McAdams is going to come up under center on the 3rd and 10 at the 26. He's going to go. Good pressure by Lincoln, and he's taken down for a loss. That was Connor Schmidt on the blitz, and he takes McAdams down, and he's a little bit shook up. Connor Schmidt did a great job, Coach, of coming around the left side of the line.
That was a great call by the defense there. A blitz from the outside where Connor Schmidt lines up on the outside, and he just got it through without being touched and got to the quarterback. And then when McAdams went down, another Railer went on top of him. I think that's what shook him up a little bit. Sets up a 4th and long here from the 33. Big play here for the Railer defense.
Well, Connor Schmidt's 5'9", 180-pounder, and he's a tough kid. And we mentioned Gary Perdue before the broadcast giving that inspirational speech, and that's about the same size Perdue was when he played for Coach Gene McDonald. So it's going to be 4th and 17 for Chatham, and they're not going to punt it. They're going to go for it. There's 6 minutes and 57 seconds left on the clock, and Chatham-Glenwood didn't like what they saw, and they called a timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. High school football from Chatham-Glenwood High School. The Railsplitters on the road tonight in the 4th game of the year on a September 14th. And Chatham-Glenwood now with a 4th and 17 from the Lincoln 33-yard line with 6 minutes and 57 seconds left on the first quarter clock with no score. McAdams going to run out of the shotgun out of that timeout. He's got time, still got time. Now he's going to loft it long along the sideline, and it's caught. Good coverage by Lincoln, but a touchdown for Chatham-Glenwood. And the man on the reception was number 1, and that is Daniel Helm, one of the tight ends. He 6'6", 215, and a junior, and he had the height on that, Coach, as McAdams lofted it perfectly up over the shoulder of the Lincoln defender and got it into the hands of Daniel Helm.
Well, he threw a nice deep pass there, and you're right. Lincoln didn't have poor coverage. He just got behind, and as you said, much taller.
This is Chase Volpert for the point after the touchdown, and it's up and through the uprights. And with 6 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter here from Chatham-Glenwood, it's the Titans 7 and the Railsplitters 0. We'll be back in a minute.
You want the full 60?
Yeah. You called that one.
Yeah, I saw that coming. What's McAdams' first name?
Miles.
Miles.
Yeah.
Kind of weird hearing the crowd noise behind you guys. Usually you're more closed up and muffled.
Yeah, I like this. Crowd noise is good, except it's Chatham-Glenwood.
Last 30 going.
Okay.
That was a killer.
Yeah.
Seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Chatham-Glenwood ready to kick it away. It's Chase Volpert, the same guy that kicked the extra point back deep for the Railsplitters, is number 22, the senior Cody Highbreder. Last time Volpert kicked it all the way deep into the end zone. The Railers had to come back out to the 20-yard line. To the right side of Highbreder is Jackson. Here's the kick, and it's going to come down to Highbreder at the 2, to the 5. Here comes Highbreder to the 10, to the 15, looks for his blocking to the 20, stays on his feet, down to the 25, 30-yard line goes Cody Highbreder. A nice run back, Coach, 28-yard run back from the 2-yard line up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he took a nice sidestep to evade one tackler. Somebody grabbed him, and he broke that arm tackle, and then got out to the 30. So a nice return. Gives Lincoln good field position to start this second drive of the game.
With 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Chatham-Glenwood leads it by a touchdown, 7-0, on that touchdown pass from McAdams to Helm. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Railsplitters. Daniel Bacon, the center. Cruz comes up under center. Austin Cruz, man in motion, is Connor Schmidt. Schmidt's got the football, makes the turn around the left side. He's taken down after about a 3-yard pickup over in front of the Lincoln bench.
The Railers, of course, they try to get to the outside with that sweep, and sometimes they have some success, but it's hard to do against this Chatham-Glenwood defense because they've got a lot of speed to the outside.
He gets a good spot, a 4-yard run there by Connor Schmidt, down to the 34-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 yards to go for the Railsplitters with the clock on the move. 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Next weekend, we'll be back in Lincoln at Hanlon Field to take on the Springfield Senators. Railsplitters up to the line of scrimmage. They go with one wide receiver. That's White out on the left side. Far side hash mark. Man in motion is Schmidt. Cruz doesn't have much time. Now he gets rid of it, and it's knocked away from Anthony Cannon. Cannon was the intended receiver. He was out hit about the 34-yard line, the original line of scrimmage, and then it was knocked away.
Well, Cruz was fortunate to get that ball off, Bob. He had a lot of intense pressure again that time from the outside, from his right side, and from the left side of the defense of Glenwood, and he got that, just got it off, and it looked like a couple red shirts out there had a shot at it. Cannon was able to knock it down.
You're right, Coach. That's the second time Cruz has been under heavy pressure, and he's been able to get the pass away. On the incompletion, the clock was stopped at 5 minutes, 51 seconds of the first quarter. Glenwood leads Lincoln 7-0. It'll be 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the Railsplitters. Cruz up under center. Man in motion is Schmidt. They give it to Schmidt again. He tries to make the turn along the sideline, and he finally ran out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So a 1-yard pickup there by Schmidt. He tried to pick up the blocking, but excellent coverage there by the Chatham-Glenwood defense.
Well, they ran the ball to the left side again that time into the Lincoln sideline, and just didn't have enough room to turn upfield because of the defense there to stop him. He got the 1 yard, but it's going to be 4th and 5.
5:45 left on the clock as Schmidt was ran out of bounds. And now in the punt for the Railsplitters is Grant Cooper. He wears the number 12. He's 6'2", 175, and a junior. It'll be Ethan Kunkel on the long snap to Cooper. He's got it. And he boots it away. It's end over end. And the football is going to take a Lincoln bounce, and it's going to roll across the Chatham-Glenwood 35 down to the 33-yard line, where it's down by Dane Eimer, and a good punt there by the young Grant Cooper.
We got it up to the side there, and then got a nice little roll out of it too, Bob. So again, second punt and no return again, just like the first one, and that's a big thing for the Railers to have no punt returns.
Beautiful sunset here tonight in Sangamon County with an orange sky. Off into the west as the Railsplitters put Glenwood back to their own 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 with 5:34 left in the first quarter. Chatham-Glenwood this time going to come out of a power I. McAdams is going to come up under center. He hands it off. No, he's going to roll to his left. He faked the handoff. Looks. There's pressure on him, but now he's on the run up to the 40, and he's finally tripped up and run out of bounds. That was Cody Hybretter who came over and made the tackle for the Railsplitters.
Well, Eric Sutton was chasing him, Bob. He was close, but couldn't quite reach him, but he chased him all the way to the sideline before they ran him out of bounds, but not before they picked up about 8 or 9 on the play.
They're going to spot the football at the Glenwood 42-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and a deuce for the Titans. He went out of bounds, so that stopped the clock at 5:25 of the first quarter. Ball's on the near side hash mark here from our broadcast booth. McAdams this time is going to come up under center. In the pocket, hands off to one of his running backs. He's got a 1st down and more across the 50, still on his feet to the 45, the Lincoln 40. He's to the 35, one man in there to get him. No, now he's along the sideline. There's Dane Eimer, and he finally takes him down at the Lincoln 10-yard line. That was a 48-yard run there for Chatham-Glenwood, and that was Josh Talley. Talley's a sophomore, 5'6", 156, and he had the big gainer. So it'll be 1st and goal for Chatham-Glenwood. They call it the 9-yard line. So it was a 49-yard run.
Yeah, he just ran through a lot of tackles that time, Bob, and changed directions, and Lincoln tacklers were just falling off him. They had some shots at him, but nobody was able to take him down. That was just a draw play up the middle. He showed pass and gave it off to his halfback for the big run.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 9. Clock on the move. 4:44 left in the first quarter. McAdams going to keep it himself around the right side. He dives for the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Had to work his way in there. He broke a couple tackles. Miles McAdams takes it in for a touchdown from 9 yards out, and that'll make the score Titans 13 and the Railsplitters 0 with 4 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter. The extra point attempt will be made by Chase Volpert for Chatham-Glenwood. Volpert wears the number 24. He does all their kicking. He's 6'1", 170, and a senior for Coach Rourke.
Kick is right between the uprights, Bob, so it makes it 14-0.
With 4:36 left in the first quarter, we'll be back. Chase Volpert going to kick it away for Chatham-Glenwood after that 9-yard touchdown run by Miles McAdams, the fine quarterback for Chatham-Glenwood, makes the score now 14-0 in favor of the Titans over the Railsplitters. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Volpert on the approach from his own 40-yard line.
Oh.
And this time it's going to come down to Cadwalder at the 4 to the 5. Pardon me, that's Highbreder to the 20. Highbreder on his feet to the 25, and he dives up ahead to the 30-yard line. And again, Cody Highbreder out to the 30-yard line. Another nice run back there by Highbreder.
Just discovered, Bob, that you can be 5 yards offside on a kickoff and not have it called.
Well, that's what do they call that? Can you smell the bacon?
I don't know, but they had a guy who was well over, and they just let it go.
And Cody Highbreder, it didn't phase him. He still got it out to the 30. That's the second time he's brought it out to the 30-yard line. And all year long, Highbreder has made good run backs, and he's continued here in game number 4 of the season. 4:30 on the first quarter clock. Dane Eimer splits out wide to the right here as Lincoln sets it up at the 30-yard line on the far side hash mark. Cruz comes up under center. Man in motion is Highbreder. Now Highbreder's going to throw it long to Eimer along the sideline. Eimer's got it at the 30. Eimer down to the 25, still on his feet, won't go down. And now he's finally tackled by 3 Chatham-Glenwood players as Cody Highbreder with a great pass hit Dane Eimer at the 30-yard line. Yeah, that was a
45-yarder.
That's right, yeah. 40 yards in the air, and then Eimer picked up another 5, and he's such a competitor.
Oh, of course, there's a flag, Bob.
Oh, that's why he was upset.
I didn't see that, but I can't believe that. There's a flag on the play way back, and this play's coming back.
Oh, man. I don't know what happened, but it was a great play while it lasted.
Let's see if we can see a signal here. And
pardon me while I...
Well, that's unfortunate. You know, it was a nice play, a halfback pass. Eimer did a great job coming back and making the catch. Holding, they're calling holding on the Railers.
Taking the ball back to the Lincoln 14-yard line. Great play. They tried that last week, and this time it worked. Highbreder to Dane Eimer, and as coach said, he came back and made a great catch, but all for naught. So it's going to be 1st and 25 for the Railsplitters. Cruz up under center. Back to throw. He's got a man out in the flat. Complete, and he's tackled.
Now they wave it off as an incompletion, Bob.
They wave it off. Wes White. Well, see, you got me mad now because you told me that guy was 5 yards offsides on that kickoff. And
well, he was. We got a perfect view of it right here. He was offsides and nothing called there. It didn't affect the play, but still not.
And then they called a hold on us on our best pass play of the year.
And we might have done it. I don't know. We can't see that or don't see that from here. But just unfortunate because it was a nice play and well executed, except for the hold.
So it's 2nd and 25 for the Railsplitters. Cruz comes up under center. Man in motion, Schmidt. They give it to Schmidt. Schmidt around the left side. Got a good block, and then he's finally knocked down at the 20-yard line. So a 5-yard pickup there by Connor Schmidt.
Caleb Ball was leading it right out to the outside, Bob, and he took off a couple guys outside and gave Connor a chance to move to the inside, and he did and picked up a few yards.
Caleb Ball doing a good job for the Railsplitters. He's been out there all night long. Wears the number 7. He's 6'5", 230 pounds, and a senior for Coach Andy McDonald. Clock on the move. 3:33 left for the first quarter. Chatham-Glenwood leads at 14-0, and it's going to be 3rd and 20 for the Railsplitters, just across their own 20-yard line. The chain down at the 40 as Cruz comes up under center out of that wing formation. Highbreder in motion. They fake the pitch to Highbreder. Now Cruz throws it out to Highbreder to the 20. Runs around one guy, and then he's finally taken down just short of the 30-yard line.
Let's see where they fought that. It was a nice play there, too. And Cruz had some great pressure from behind him.
You got 10 yards out of it.
Got rid of it just in time. They're out to the 25. It's going to be still 4th and long.
Well, 5 yards. Yeah, 4th and 15. And now Grant Cooper's going to have to punt it away. Back deep for Chatham-Glenwood. That is Connor Fiash. And now the ball's kicked out of bounds. A short kick into the Chatham-Glenwood bench. Chatham-Glenwood's going to take over with the football at about the Lincoln 32-yard line.
And not a very good punt. That looked like it went off the side of the foot. It looked like it kind of had a backward spin to it, Bob, and it went out of bounds on the Chatham sideline. They're going to take over well into Lincoln territory on about the 32-yard line.
With 2:37 left on the first quarter clock, and McAdams and his crew comes back out onto the field. Splitting out wide to the right is Rocky Morse. Where's the number 10? Backs are split in the backfield behind Miles McAdams. Railsplitter defense in that 3-5. Now they pitch it outside. Good coverage there by Lincoln, and the tackle is made at the 30-yard line. First guy there for Lincoln was Austin Cruz, and the run for Chatham-Glenwood, that was, I may have to turn the lights on. Here I can see Tyler DeRassier on the run down to the 30-yard line.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and as you said, Bob, Cruz is the one that forced him to the outside and then tripped him up a little bit, and then the rest of the defense came in and made the stop for the short gain.
Now checking in a wide receiver is Connor Fiash for Chatham-Glenwood on the 2nd and 8. McAdams will come up under center here. And he hands off to his running back, and he's taken down, but not before he gets a first down. See if we can pick up who made that tackle for Lincoln. That was Cruz. And a first down. The running back for Chatham-Glenwood was Nathan Hack. He's a senior, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Glenwood at the Lincoln 22-yard line.
Lincoln plays with 3 down linemen and 5 linebackers, Bob, and if the linebackers don't get blocked very much, they're able to come up and make some plays. They can contain from the outside, but if their blocker gets out to them, that opens a big hole for the running.
This time Glenwood going with a lone running back and deuces to each side. And McAdams going to roll out to his left, and he throws it short. Good pressure there by Connor Schmidt and Caleb Awe for the Railsplitters.
He was rolling to his left, and for a right-hander, that's a tough throw, and he just threw it right into the ground, Bob, short of his receiver.
So the clock down to 1:25 now on that incompletion, and a 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line for Chatham-Glenwood. Glenwood with a large contingent of players, constantly running players in and out.
Well, you don't see that from the Lincoln sideline. They've got about 9 guys still going both ways.
Yeah. Now they're going trips to the left side, a single wide out on the right. 1 running back there with McAdams. Now McAdams going to fire across the middle. He's got his man, and he just checked into the lineup. That's number 1, the tight end, Daniel Helm, the 6'6", 215-pound kid. He's taken down at the 15-yard line. So a 7-yard pickup there for Chatham-Glenwood.
Makes a 3rd down and short, 3rd and 3 for them. A couple of those linebackers closed on him, and then Iver came up and shoved him backwards for the tackle.
So in the first quarter, we're now in the red now, under a minute, 54 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Chatham leads it by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. McAdams comes up to the line of scrimmage. As Coach told you, a 3rd and 3 situation for the Titans. Now the tight end goes in motion to the right side. Now they hand off inside, and Lincoln, the linebacker's getting through, doing a great job stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looked like Cannon on a blitz there right up the middle, I believe is who it was.
He's the middle linebacker for Lincoln. You're right, Coach. He was the guy that made the big stop.
Hit him right in the backfield and got a little help to drag him to the ground. Now it's on the 15, and it looks like no gain on that play. Looks like Glenwood's going to give their field goal kicker an opportunity.
Clock still on the move here. And we'll have to check and see who's going to kick the field goal. It might still be, that's Volpert. Volpert's still going to kick it. Ball's down. Kick is up, and it just came short. He didn't get it in. And that ends the first quarter with the score. Chatham-Glenwood, the Titans 14, and the Railsplitters 0. We'll be back after this message.